Not this time.
It's
No.
always a coin flip or a dice.
I don't,
roll or
I'll
whatever.
never understand it. I'll truly never understand it.
Discord's noise suppression is like, was it a noise? We might suppress it.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't feel like it. Or I feel it.
Discord is a sassy bitch. Welcome back
Welcome back.
to Am I the Asshole, hosted by The Lousy Show. If you're new here, welcome. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell icon because this will become your new favorite show. We can guarantee it. But really, we appreciate the support. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to send this video out to the ethos of YouTube for more people to come and watch it. If you're returning, welcome back, Lousy listeners. Always happy to see you. Thank you for all of your support. So I have to say something funny before we get into our ad read. The Lousy listeners know usually an ad read follows this with Into the AM. But I have something really funny to talk about that happened this morning. And I'm going to pull up the email thread for this real quick. Not that I'm going to show it on the screen. I'm just going to read it to y'all because it had me fucking giggling.
Alex is like, you're gone.
So Alex, shout out to Alex. Appreciate you, Alex. We love Alex. Alex sent out an email this morning at 1:33 a.m. saying last week we sent out a quick survey about the program, the partner program, and we'd love to hear from you. Your feedback, whether it's about what's working, what you'd love to see more of, or ways we can improve, so on and so forth. Which is great, mind you, because that means Into the AM actually listens to the content creators and understanding what we need or what we like versus what we don't like and what they do. So big ups to Into the AM. Drop that in the comments down below. Big W Into the AM. Always a good thing to hear, you know, that companies are doing that, especially for their partners. Here's where the giggles began. Sam, when you send out an email to 413 people.
Oh no. They did not be CC, did they? Yikes.
So when someone responded this morning at 8:25 a.m. saying, I am no longer a streamer, so you can remove me from the list, thank you. Someone said, someone on the list who's also a content creator said, thanks, we'll get on that. Then someone followed up and said, nice one sharing my email with 450 other people, followed by another person removing from this. What dumbass sent this to 450 people?
Yikes.
So Alex, we love you. You know, we haven't got any weird emails, so that's a plus. But that was funny.
And that's why Alex won't get rid of us. Because we're all the same. We're all imperfect humans.
So with that being said, let's dive into the ad read from Into the AM. So whether you or 450 other content creators, dude, it was just so good. But really, we do appreciate Into the AM for being partnered. You know, we have been appreciative of this partnership since it began. We talked about how I've been wearing the brand for years. Sam's been wearing the brand for years. We rock the brand daily. It is what I would say is easily probably the best clothing I've ever purchased, bar none. Efficiency alone. I mean, the shirts don't fall apart. They always stay fresh. Even the graphic tees, like you can run this thing through the washer easily 50, 100, 150 times plus, and it still won't crack. So, I mean, it just speaks to the testament of how great the product itself is. So, being that you see us rock this all the time and you know that we're proudly partnered, make sure to swing by their website. Links in the description, into the pinned comment, intotheam.com/lousy. Again, intotheam.com/lousy. And go check out all the cool stuff that they have on there, whether it's shirts like this, which, I mean, we talked about this. This is one of my favorites right here. Like,
That is a
love
dope
this
shirt. Yeah.
Yeah. I love this. Like, it's very simple. Nothing on the back, just this right here. Fantastic. I mean, hats like that. I know it. We're both rocking the draws right now. You know, super comfy. Go check them out. But also, when you get there, Sam, what do they get?
Yeah, if you use our code Lousy at checkout, you get 10% off on top of any other sale they're running. So if they're running, you know, a spring sale, summer sale, doesn't matter. It's 10% off on top of it. So go on, pick out some stuff, save some money.
Yep. Into the am.com/lousy. Go check it out. And Alex, again, we love you.
Yeah, that's a rip.
Just seeing that email first thing this morning, and I was just like, oh no, buddy. Oh no. you know, what was that?
Zoom and Zoomer.
Fair. You know good and well. Everybody saw that and was just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But no, we do appreciate you, Alex, and we appreciate you into the AM. Thank you again for allowing us to be partnered with you all and rocking your gear every single day. So much appreciative of that. And you all should go ahead and click those links and go check out the stuff right now. Also, before you do go there, it's May 1st of 2025, the year of our Lord. And we're still having to say this. If you haven't done this yet, what are you waiting for? Fuck honey. Uninstall that shit.
Out of context, you're going to really confuse somebody and they're going to be like opening a jar of honey and being like, why?
What did this do to him? But no, uninstall that shit. Take care of your favorite creators. We mean it. It you know, that all they do is steal money. So important things.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I'm not doing the silent treatment again.
I'm not trying to do the silent treatment.
Okay. I'm just making sure we're not going down that path.
No,
it did not go in our favor last time.
Admittedly, I am tired as fuck right now. I don't know why. I can just
tell,
hit me in a wave.
Yeah, your mannerisms, like before we started recording, you were like talkative and like, you know, be bopping and kind of thing. And then as soon as we hit record, you were like,
well, also you went on a 7-minute rant about Into the AM, so
it was a funny story.
It was a funny story, but I shouldn't say rant, but you know, like you went on a 7-minute monologue.
You know what? Excuse me for a moment. Because Sam's tired and he needs to go get some sleep, we're going to speed this up. Okay.
That's a great idea.
He's like, yeah, fuck it. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
No, y'all know what it is. It's Am I the Asshole?
We're back at it. Into the AM again.
Dude.
I'm like, motherfucker, we talk way too much about them right now.
It's Am I the Asshole? And you know what we do. Top 3 stories every single week. Like clockwork. We about it. So before we even jump into that, we have a score to settle. You are making a comeback right now.
Yep.
And it's kind of worrying me because this happened last year and I never caught back up. So I need to lock the fuck in right now.
You're still pretty far ahead. So, I mean, you still have some room. Is it only 2?
I'll go look at the score right now. As of last episode released.
Oh, you're so much further ahead.
Let's see. Videos. Sorry. I'm 4 ahead. It's 6 to 10.
It's a lot more than 2.
I thought it was 8. Hang on. Did I not update it? I thought I did. No, I did. Okay. Yeah. So it's currently 4-point spread. I'm up 10 to 6, but I still need to lock the fuck in because you could easily come back. So,
I mean, there's still a long year to go, technically. So
it's already May. That
Yep.
long year is bullshit. So
you ready?
yeah.
I count off, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I won't do any bullshit. Don't worry. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ain't that about a bitch? I should have done some bullshit.
I honestly prepared for you to do bullshit. Like in my mind, I'm like, lock in, lock in, lock in.
The only thing I'm locking
Well-
in is my fucking bedroom door so I can go to sleep.
Well, you know what's gonna help is I have to do 2 stories. You do 1, so you don't have to do that much.
Oh no. Is that what happens? Shucks.
Yo, if you threw that, I'm
How can I throw a 1 in 3 chance? Unless I was like, by the way, I'm going scissors. And then I did scissors.
I mean, my eyes were closed. Only they will know. Let's jump in.
So
Top
confused.
3 stories of the week. I'm just making your brain hurt at this point.
It's not hard to do.
Oh, I don't like the name of this person. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. My brain's hurting now. I misread the fuck out of that. My brain doubled the Y, and I thought it said baby sexy guess, and I was like, I don't fucking like that.
Yeah,
that's not
great,
cool at all.
but-
But it goes along with the title of this. Top 3 stories of the week, starting out with number 3. Am I the asshole for correctly guessing my friend's baby's sex? On the weekend, my wife, 38 female, and I, 39 male, went to our friend's gender reveal. For background information, our friend already has 2 boys, and she told my wife that she is hoping for a girl this time. In the car on the way there, my wife asked me what gender I thought the baby would be. I said that given that the sex ratio at birth is about 105 boys for every 100 girls, that my guess is that the child would be a boy. My wife said that given our friends had 2 boys already, that surely there would be more chance for of a girl this time. I replied that the 2 boys were not relevant to the sex of the child our friends were expecting, and that there was still about a 51% chance this child would be a boy. At the gender reveal, it was announced that this child would also be a boy. Although our friend tried to appear happy at the party, it was clear that she was disappointed that this child would not be a girl. My wife also appeared to be disappointed as well. On the drive back home, my wife got angry with me and said that I could have been more supportive and that I shouldn't have been so mathematical with my guess about the baby's sex. Edited to add, could have been more supportive referred to my guess that the child would be a boy and my reasoning for that guess. I told her that my response was perfectly reasonable to the questions she asked me. She didn't like that and stayed quiet for the rest of the drive home. So Reddit, am I the asshole?
This man's stats.
If I may. Usually our format is you would speak after I read and I would speak after you read. But something hit me in this moment.
I just spoke. You're good.
There's 2 kinds of guys. They're the ones who are right and the ones who are happy. But you were on one, my dude. Like, not the asshole, bro.
Yeah, not the asshole. She asked a question, you answered it, and now she's mad at you for it. Like,
Yeah.
like what was she expecting? Was she like, oh no, they weren't facing north when they conceived, so clearly it's gonna be a girl.
It wasn't a waxing moon with the bed pointed at 46 degrees west with a slight elevation and humidity at 44%.
See, the dad didn't dip his balls in ice cold water and yell Erickson. It's from How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, I wouldn't. Okay.
Also, you had to, point her due east to guarantee a boy, according to Erickson tradition. Might be west. I don't know. They're one of the cardinal directions. There's 1 in 4 shot, 25%. Stats.
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 I mean, like, look.
Yeah, this guy's not an asshole.
Here's the thing you also have to remember is she was trying to pick a fight, dude. she was trying to pick a fight. Like, all you did was answer her question. She was perfectly happy all the way there. She wasn't happy until after y'all left, and she was mad because, like, what? Because you were right? Like, it's a 50-50 shot. Like,
Nope. Clearly it's 51-49.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Come on, brother. Man, just out here statting and you're just not listening.
He's out here statting. I'm out here scatting. Ski. Bop, 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 bop. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I'm going to read the first comment and move the fuck on from that. First comment here. When your wife said you could have been more supportive, did she mean supportive? I can't. I can't.
Oh. Go ahead, dude.
When your wife said could have been more supportive, did she mean supportive of her and her guessing game, or more supportive of the mom to be who is disappointed in her child's chromosomes? Either way, not the asshole. You answered the question you were asked in a normal way. Edit, you were effectively asked whether you think a coin flip will land on heads or tails, and answered that statistically, it was slightly more likely to land heads. Your wife said because it had been heads twice before, it must have a higher heads chance now, and you confirmed that it doesn't work that way. Technically, them having two boys already would very slightly increase the chances that their next child is also a boy, since there are some genetic factors that can lead some people to have more boys and some to have more girls, and them having two boys already very slightly increases the chances they're in the more boys group. But realistically, the conditional change in probability after only two boys isn't meaningful. Stats, bitch.
Stats, dude. Scats, bro. Ski bop 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 bop. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit. I'll read the next one. Not the asshole. You answered the damn question you were asked. Yeah. Your wife wanted you to participate in magical thinking, not give an honest answer. You gave a factual answer, didn't announce it at the party or rain on anyone's parade. You simply answered your wife's direct question with your genuine thought process. Your prediction didn't cause the baby's sex, for fuck's sake. It just acknowledged reality. The problem isn't your mathematics, it's that people sometimes want comfort more than truth. This isn't on you, it's just misdirected emotion. Scats,
Plot
bro.
twist. OP is actually God and can decide somebody's gender.
I'll for the sake of the story, I'll give one small little detail. It may have been like, because OP said at the gender reveal, it was announced that this child would also be a boy. Although our friend tried to appear happy at the party, it was clear that she was disappointed that this child would not be a girl. My wife also appeared to be disappointed as well. So, based on the detail provided, it's very likely that OP just was like, oh, okay. Like,
clap politely.
Yeah.
And
yeah, yay, healthy babies on the way. Woo! You know, like, great news. What it sounds to me like is that there was the misguided emotion, yes, but there was this predicated notion that the baby would be a girl without having substantial evidence to prove that by OP's wife. And that's where, like, you know how people get excited where they're like, they predict something in their head and they're like, it's gotta happen this way. And then when it goes the exact opposite, they're like, oh no. Like, that's kind of how this sounds, where she was like, oh, it's gotta be a girl. It's gonna be a girl. It's totally gonna be a girl. She has convinced herself it's gonna be a girl. And then nope, it's a boy. And on the way home, she's like, you could have been kinder about it. Like, no, I answered your question. Like, we've all been there. We've all been there where we're like, the fuck you mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, unless there's a small tidbit of information where OP was like an asshole, like, I told you so.
he's just like, scoreboard.
Count it.
It's a clean sweep. Hat trick, bitch.
Spikes his drink, starts fucking. Like... Anyways, let's move on.
Yeah.
Enough stats and scats around here. You're up
Please,
next.
for the love of God. Next one. Am I the asshole for making my sick husband clean up his vomit? Throwaway. My husband has been dealing with a stomach bug of some kind the last few days. Vomiting, diarrhea, nausea, etc. I've been taking care of him in the house and kids by myself because of it, which is a lot of work with 2 under 5. This morning, my husband wanted to try eating something, so I made him toast as requested. As he was on the couch nibbling on his breakfast, I was making our toddlers their breakfast and feeding them when I hear him violently gagging in the other room. He'd been hanging out in the living room during his entire illness. Oh, sorry, this entire illness. So he had a trash can there in case he had to puke or whatever. I called out to him to remember to use it or to go to the bathroom if he thought he was going to vomit. He didn't listen and threw up all over the floor and got some on the couch. Husband then comes into where I'm feeding our kids and says he's going to go to our room so I can clean up his puke. I said, absolutely not. There was really no reason for him to vomit all over the floor, so he needed to take care of it. I had been cleaning it up all weekend already without complaining that, when he was getting sick by surprise, but he has plenty of time to prepare for this and not make a mess. Husband is now all mad at me for not showing him a good bedside manner. So, am I the asshole? I'll stay right there for now.
Yeah. Pause there. Huh. This is a tough one.
I don't think so.
Okay, let me hear your thoughts then. You may be able to help me out here.
For me, it's not the asshole. Man is a grown adult. Yes, he's sick. He doesn't feel good. It is not an expectation for the other person to clean up after the other. Now, if he was like so bedridden that, he couldn't get up, he would have prepared for shit like that. But he was clearly on the couch chilling, tried to eat some food, didn't quite work out. He had the facilities there available, and then was, I don't know, just maybe too lazy to get to it. Or, I mean, he could be just very under the weather and couldn't get to it in time. But to me, it's the expectation behind it that really makes the difference here. Because, I mean, she's been cleaning up after him without asking this entire time. If there's an expectation behind it, that's where I think he's an asshole. And that's what it sounds like, at least from the post. So it's not the asshole.
Yeah. I'm going to say not the asshole, leaning everyone sucks.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is I do agree with everything you just said. 100% agree with everything you just said. The issue I have here is there's a lot of assumptive measures coming from both parties here. So I'm reading the second paragraph here. This morning, my husband wanted to try eating something, so I made him toast as requested. As he was on the couch nibbling on his breakfast, I was making our toddlers their breakfast and feeding them when I hear him violently gagging in the other room. So OP cannot clearly see, just hears violent gagging, right? He'd been hanging out in the living room during his this entire illness, so he had a trash can there in case he had to puke or whatever. I called out to him to remember to use it or to go to the bathroom if he thought he was going to vomit. He didn't listen and threw up all over the floor and got some on the couch. The assumption there is you heard him violently gagging, You don't know where he was in the room. He may have gotten up, right? Or was on his way to get up. And I mean, we've all been there when we puked. Like you go to get up and suddenly it's just like, bah! You know, like you have no control over it sometimes. Even as a grown ass adult, sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. So the assumptive measure is you're assuming he had not already been puking or he wasn't trying to actually get to that. Now, on the flip side of that, he can't, and my brain, whenever my wife is sick, I automatically go into caretaker mode. You know, I'm cleaning up the vomit, no questions asked, making sure trash cans are in place, make sure water or ginger ale, you know, crackers, things of that nature are needed. So to me, it's kind of like that for in sickness and in health thing we talked about in vows of like, it doesn't really matter. You should be there to help your partner regardless, because if the shoe were on the other foot, you know, they'd be doing the same for you. But it shouldn't be an assumptive matter. You shouldn't assume your partner is going to help you, right? You shouldn't assume that's going to happen. When I'm sick, I don't automatically assume that she's coming to help me. That would be rude of me to do so. So that's where I'm stuck on the everyone sucks, because it feels like there's a lot of assumptions happening from both parties. Like go ahead.
I was just saying, my only retort to that is he's been sick. He knows he's been sick for the last few days.
Sure.
He's trying to eat. Why are you not eating next to the trash can, ready to puke? You know, like,
I mean,
that's such a dumb decision to me. Like,
sure, but the only retort I have to that is we've all been there, where we do feel like we're feeling better. We go to eat and suddenly, bah, like
I would not chance it. I would not. Like, the last time that I've done that was I was either drunk, so I wasn't in the mental capacity to do it, to handle it, or I was a literal child. As an adult, I have not puked outside of the toilet while sober.
That's fair.
And
I don't know, like,
you know, like, if he was so that violently ill to where like he can't prepare for it, he should be in the hospital. Like, and maybe this is just tired Sam that's impatient talking, but like, but again, I haven't missed it unless I was drunk, and that was still 10 years ago at least. So
I don't know. I think we're going to agree to disagree on this one, which is fine.
fine. Yeah.
I think I'm going to go everyone sucks. I think I am going to go everyone sucks. I see your contention to saying not the asshole, but I am going to go everyone sucks, because it does feel like there's an assumptive measure from both parties, and that's not fair to either party. While I do see your point of like, dude's a grown ass man, why you not making it to the toilet or at least puking in, you know, the trash can? Like, I know that there's been times in my life where I've been like, oh, I feel fine. Like, you know, and it's just, it happens. I don't know. I'm going to say everyone sucks. I'm not going to go round and round because I know I could do that. Yeah, everyone sucks. Go ahead and read the updates.
Update: never expected so many comments. Feel very validated. All day, my husband kept making snide comments at me about not being a good wife, and anyone who cares about their loved one wouldn't punish, quote unquote, them when they're sick. So I showed him your comments, and it finally shut him up. I've received many DMs, and there's been lots of comments about hubby possibly getting me and our children sick. Don't worry, the rest of us are okay. Husband likely got food poisoning from eating food that has been sitting in his work break room for nearly 24 hours. Thanks for all the comments. Bum, bum, bum.
You are in rare form.
You can still like.
I'm still going to say everyone sucks. I'm still going to say everyone sucks, only based on the assumptive measures of paragraphs 2 and 3. I don't think it would be fair for me to change my vote based on the update. However, I will say, based on the update alone, not the asshole, because dude's acting like a child. But I am still going to say from the original post, not including the updates, everyone sucks.
Okay.
First comment here. You had to remind him to vomit in the bin or bathroom. Okay. Just read the second comment.
Second comment here.
I've been smirk off your face, you bitch.
It's just funny. I'm like, you know.
I just look up and I just see you just like.
I've been so violently sick before that I couldn't make it to the bathroom and threw up in the hallway. So I know it's not always possible to control it. But you know what I also did? Clean that up myself because A, I'm an adult that can clean up after myself. And B, I didn't want to potentially expose anyone else to my horrible stomach bug germs. Your husband is being selfish and inconsiderate, not the asshole.
Last story.
Let's see. Yeah, let's do the last story.
Yeah, last story.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching the video so far. While you're here, click the subscribe button to become a Lousy listener. And also click that join button. For $2.99, you can have access to exclusive emotes and also get some cool features like interacting with Joe and I. Also, click the link in the description to join our Discord. Back to the video.
All right. Number one this week. Number one with 22,000 upvotes as of recording this since yesterday.
And they got the golden dap.
And they did get the golden dap.
I don't know if that's what it's called, but I'm gonna call it the golden dap.
I could tell you. It doesn't say.
So
it's called dap. No, it's called helpful.
No, golden dap.
Yeah, we're calling it golden dap.
Golden dap.
All right. Number one, am I the asshole for refusing to change someone's baby's diaper? No. Off the title alone. My wife and I have been married 10 plus years and have a few kids. Sister-in-law and her husband had a baby 2 years ago. No major complaints. They just tend to ask for people to do stuff that I wouldn't think they do themselves. They'll come over to our house. They live an hour away, and they'll ask ahead of time if we have their kids' favorite crackers on hand. Why they don't just pack the crackers, I don't know. They are well off, money not an issue. If one of them leaves the room, they'll ask one of us, my wife or kids, to be in charge of the baby, even if the other parent is right there, just scrolling on their phone or something. But whenever I say something to my wife, she says I'm being too much. The other day, we're having a dinner at mother-in-law's house when the baby had a poopy diaper. Sister-in-law looks at me and says in the sweetest voice, "Uncle, can you change the diaper?" She frequently does this when we're there, but this was the first time I was asked. I answered politely, "No, I'm sorry. I don't do that." "You don't do diapers?" "No, I don't do other people's kids' diapers if their mom or dad is around. I mean, if I'm babysitting, sure thing. But yeah, if the parents are around, I just feel like it's their job." Sister-in-law looks like she's ready to cry. Well, I feel selfish. I smile to try and set her at ease. Not trying to make you feel any way, just telling you a boundary is all. The table got really awkward as she got up and did the diaper. Afterwards, my wife blamed me for making sister-in-law feel bad and said I could have just changed the diaper. Not trying to make anyone feel bad, but I've had 3 kids and I always took responsibility. I watched them, I packed for them, and I changed them. I'm not looking to be a secondary parent for this kid. So for the question, am I the asshole for refusing to change someone's baby's diaper? This is... Put this at the top of the list of easiest answers I think we could ever give. 3, 2, 1. Not the asshole. Yeah. I would never fucking ask you to do that.
No, but I'd be happy to do it in a scenario of like if I'm babysitting or,
yeah,
something else like that. The stones on this bitch is heavy.
Yeah.
Like, it's just it screams. Maybe I don't know if maybe entitlement's the right word, but it screams. I don't want to do it. Let's make somebody else do it.
Oh, 100%.
And yeah, it's lazy parenting. It's lazy humaning. And yeah, so she should feel selfish because she was like, easy.
100%. Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. This, I like I said, I look at it from the perspective of me and you, right? If I'm over at your house and I got one of the boys with me, well, my youngest, because he still shits himself. My oldest does too from time to time, but that's a different story.
I mean, so do you. Like, let's be real.
Runs the family. But
the family that shits together smells real bad.
Put that on a fucking placard above the front door.
Coming soon to your local Hobby Lobby.
That would sell. It would. Let us know in the comments if that would sell. We're about to get rich. So my youngest, if I'm over at your house, I got him with me, right? He shits himself. I'm not going to immediately look at you and be like, will you do this? Especially if I'm not fucking doing anything. Like if I'm, I don't know, fucking incapacitated in some degree, I'd be like, yo dog, he just shit himself. I'm trying to hang this fucking big ass shelf for you real quick or something. I don't know. Whatever. Insert whatever fucking narrative you want to hear. 99.999% of the time, there's not going to be something I'm doing where it's going to stop me from being a parent and going and actually taking care of my child's shitty butt. Period. So in this situation, like, well, I feel selfish. You should. Like, you're the parent. You are capable. You were able to do it, and you are now with child actively, like, go be a parent. You shouldn't be there's that expectant that we were just talking about this, the assumptive measure. I'm assuming someone else is going to do this. It is not fair to do that, period. You should not assume someone else is going to go change your kid's diaper. Because if you're automatically feeling bad the moment they say no, you were already well into the thought of not only just assuming they were going to do it, they were guaranteed in your mind to go do it. So, not the asshole.
Easy, not the asshole.
Yep. And I don't think we've done this for any of the stories yet.
What?
Have we? And Reddit agrees, not the asshole. I don't think we did.
Definitely just scrolled down too early a second ago, so like probably not.
Probably not. For the first two stories, they were both Reddit said not the asshole. Just for you to catch up. In case you weren't paying attention. Yeah. Let's go to the comments.
First one here is not the asshole. Your sister-in-law only felt bad because the obvious was pointed out to her. You said no when she asked you. Then she pressed you further, trying to either guilt you into changing the diaper or make you look bad because you didn't want to change a poopy diaper.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
100%. Next comment down says, I think you handled that amazingly well. She sounds like she's not used to anyone saying no to her or setting boundaries. Putting on the tears and being selfish act is manipulation. And it sounds like that worked on your wife, not you. Nothing to feel bad about. She sounds like a wannabe princess. I think the wannabe princess is a little harsh, but I do agree with everything else. Like,
I fuck with it.
Yeah, but because I even think back, like the first bullet point they listed was they'll come over to the house and they'll ask if they have the kids' favorite crackers. Like, I think back to when we were still living in Texas, I would call you and be like, yo, dog, me and my oldest are coming over. We haven't had supper. Do you think are y'all doing anything for supper before we come over? Right? Like, not that I'm assuming you have something, but I would be like, hey, are you planning on this? Because if so, cool. Do you need me to pick anything up? If not, I'm going to pick up dinner on the way. Right?
Well,
or if we're there and he just happens to get hungry, you automatically go into uncle mode and be like, come on, dude, I know where the good snacks are. Like,
yeah. Well, and that's the difference is, it's you're not expecting anything. She is.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Like the crackers, for example, it's like, no, pack your own fucking shit. Like, if they happen to have it and they offer it, great. But like, you're not asking, hey, do you already have these crackers so I can waste your money, or not waste, but I can spend your money instead of mine? Like, no, fuck
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. Some people, man. Some people.
People tend to suck, but
Yeah.
hey, this was a much better week than last week, so I'll take it.
Yes.
Such
It
a big
is.
dub.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Definitely curious on some of these. I have a feeling my everyone sucks here vote for the other story is definitely going to be a hot topic.
It
Look
won't
at
be
you,
the
Lolly.
majority, but you have reasons behind it. So,
Oh, yeah.
you know, it's not like you're just pulling it out here. It's not like you're just making any expectations. So,
One day soon, I'll have to pull that same trick I did where I decided to be completely contrarian in every story and just make everyone fucking rage.
I like how there's literally a holiday for it, and we never take advantage. April 1st, April Fool's Day.
Damn, we are a month late, aren't we?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Or that would be the lousy way. Like, why would you?
Lousy April Fool's an entire month later.
It's on brand.
I mean, hey, fits us.
Yep.
Who knows? Maybe one day. Maybe one day soon. You gotta stay on your toes. But as always, let us know in the comments what you think. Did we get it right? Did we get it wrong? Put your spin on it. Subscribe to the channel if you have yet to do so. Like the video, and we will see you on Tuesday.
Bye.